Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spill the Tea. I'm your host, Tulin Zibin, and I'm joined on my couch today with none other than the magnanimous Ibraheem Abbas. Ibraheem is someone that I had the great fortune of working with, short-lived though it might have been. And he is someone who, first of all, his body of work already speaks bounds to his creative prowess. Mashallah. But he is so much more than that. Literally, if you just step into a room with him for like 5 minutes, you will walk out feeling like you can run a marathon and a half based off the energy that you're just going to draw from this guy. But before we begin, Ibraheem, how was your tea?
Well, I didn't try it yet, to be frank. You asked me to do some
Oh, sorry, we were having a conversation.
Okay, so
we got sidetracked.
amazing tea. And
Amazing.
I told you I'm a tea guy, right?
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Especially for my podcast, I'm so glad to hear that.
So we are ready to spill some tea?
Yes, we
Actually,
are.
I'm panicking because it's just here, wiggling, so we might literally spill some tea.
Oh,
in
we
your
are.
couch.
We are
That
definitely
would make it
gonna
even
spill
more
some
organic,
tea.
Literally more organic. Thank you for the intro. Well, that was a little bit too much for me.
No,
Don't tell me that
no.
you just came up with that. I think that you have been rehearsing something.
No, I'm just. I speak the truth genuinely, and I think when people now, like, if they're tuning in, I hope you're tuning in, they're gonna be able to tell just from this conversation how, mashallah, energetic and I think the only thing larger than your personality is probably your creativity.
Oh my God, this is too much. So,
No,
thank you for that, Tulin. Again, I'm glad to see you after these years.
Yes.
I'm glad to see you off the fact of considering you as a colleague
I know.
with some briefs and clients in between. So this is very refreshing.
It's so weird. Like, I never would have thought this would happen.
Exactly.
But look,
So,
life.
This is our first conversation of briefs and clients.
I
if you
know.
think about it.
Life is so weird. I
so-
never would have thought, like, as much as I respect and appreciate you and everything, I never would have thought that you would be the one that I would reconnect with after
Through a
leaving, like, where we
podcast.
worked in before the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm super glad and indulged being here around.
Thank you.
And I really hope that spilling the tea would throw a lot of insights, motivations, fun, laughters to your audience.
Yes.
So yeah, super excited.
Definitely. Okay, I'm actually, because like since like I said before, like, your body of work is amazing and it knows like, it's so vast, and we will definitely get into that. But before we do, because again, you are someone who, mashallah, again, I will keep saying mashallah because it really is so amazing, you guys. Your creativity is so big. Like, okay, if we go back to the fact that if you refer back to the fact that we just said we work together, I was in rooms with you where we had briefing sessions, and you would walk in for just like a few minutes and somebody would tell you the idea for a campaign, let's say, and they'd be like, we need to develop an idea for this. The way you are able to just spitball, rapid fire, like, creative ideas one after the other, it was literally like breathing for you. It was so easy and it came so natural, and you would just come up with one idea after the other so quickly, and it's truly just impressive to watch, just as a humble human. But I have a question for you. Is this something that you are just naturally gifted in, or is there something that you do to genuinely practice this skill to not lose this creative muscle, let's call it?
This question is way too deep for the casual setting you promised me with, but I'll try to answer that.
Spill the tea, Ibrahim.
Yeah, I'll spill the tea. Okay. Well, I believe that the gift or the talent is just a fraction of it.
Okay.
I would give you an analogy.
Okay.
When you go and practice martial arts, any martial art, what you do actually is you developing your reflexes. Okay?
True.
So you repeat that boring punch 100 times, or this combo. Okay?
Yeah.
I play PlayStation. So you do it 100 times.
A man of many talents.
I do it in PlayStation. So to the extent when that situation happens, okay, you subconsciously your reflex will work in a way that makes you do it without you even planning.
That's true.
Planning it. I think what happened to me is something close to that.
Okay.
Being in the situation so many times and being under that kind of pressure so many times wired my brain in a way that it can, as a reflex, pump out creativity that is relevant.
Okay.
It's not only, there is the creativity that is pure abstract or artistic, or I'm just being creative doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And there is the creativity that is directed into something, directed into answering a brief or writing an episode. Or So I think I developed a good chunk of that throughout my career, throughout all the situations and pressures and briefs and challenges and nasty clients that came across my road. So my brain have these creative reflexes.
Okay.
Now, you know, I'm
So
making it
you're
up
saying-
as I'm answering, and now I'm believing it. I think,
See,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
not a talent.
it's your experience. So therefore, your experience was basically you practicing this muscle over and over again.
Yes. Plus one thing.
Okay.
And that is, I think it's a value in life. Luckily enough, I have the talent of enjoying, with great deal of passion, everything.
Okay.
So no matter how boring the case is and the challenge is and the client is, I tend to have fun cracking those boring puzzles.
Okay.
And that helps a lot in coming back with genuinely creative ideas.
It's Sudoku for the imagination.
100%. Because many creative people are doing it as a pure practice. I need to answer the client brief. And my KPI is just to have his approval.
Sorry, for people who don't know, what's a KPI?
Yeah, for the objective.
Okay.
My ultimate objective is to get it done
Okay.
with and get the approval.
Okay.
In my case, it's not. It's getting the approval of the inner Ibraheem Abbas.
So
If I'm not happy with it, I don't even dare to present it. So
I
this
love
keeps the
that.
fire up until I crack that boring, silly. You remember Khubayis Abu Reis,
Yes.
the show that we worked with
Yes.
together on it.
Yes.
You translated lots of episodes.
yeah.
This came in as one of the most boring briefs.
Okay. Really?
Yes, the brief
I'm
was.
shocked.
The brief
Because
was as
it was-
following.
it's such a big-
No, no,
yeah.
we worked with that team for the first time, Munir Khoja and Muhammad Shams.
Shout out.
And their brief was that, we are handling after sales. We want educational videos to teach people or to give people tips and insights about taking care of their cars. Tell me what can go more boring than that. Okay,
Yeah.
so dear owner, in order to make sure that your tires are okay, check them every morning. You know.
yeah.
So we came back to them with the obvious answer to the brief. We will have these episodes, 30 seconds each, and we'll have this person, we'll bring a celebrity, and he will, okay? And we came back with the creative solution that I am excited with. I shouldn't have even presented because there are next to zero chances of selling them.
Okay.
And that idea was to create content and
Yeah.
show and 3D animations and characters. Let's call him Khubayis. This Khubayis guy is the guy who was the clueless guy who
Yeah.
doesn't know anything. And Abu Reis, his neighbor, who took care of him after his father died. And then he's trying to teach him. And it's
Like you went completely far off the book.
yeah, and the motto for that
Yeah.
wasn't the brief and wasn't the client, was the excitement, the contagious excitement that just
is Ibraheem
conquered
Abbas.
me and wanted to get that out,
Yeah.
even as a presented idea that has zero chances to be approved. And
Yeah.
now, when that chemistry becomes contagious enough to
Yeah.
get your client on board,
Yeah.
taking risks with you.
Yes.
Because at the time, Munir and Shams, okay, it was much easier for Ibraheem Abbas, the crazy creative, to present such an idea to the
Yeah,
client.
yeah.
It's 10 times more challenging and crazier for them to go to their bosses. Tell them, okay, we'll introduce cartoon characters to our brand. Your brand will be associated with Khubayis. And I should give them the credits for doing that.
Yeah.
And convincing their management. So here it is. It's not just the creativity. It's it came out as a show that brought in millions and millions of organic views.
Yes.
It's branded from the first frame until the last frame. We are working with, now we are recording season five. Okay?
Amazing.
5 minutes or 10 minutes of content purely linked to the brand and the products.
Yeah.
Very informative, yet super entertaining, and grants millions of organic views.
All because you
engagement.
believed in it.
It's just, you name it, whatever you name it.
Yeah.
But there was this seed of inner triggered madness that doesn't take boring briefs as boring briefs, that can find creative and fun potential under every boring pillow.
Yes.
You know, just dig for it.
Yes.
This might be the next crazy thing, you know?
Yes. With everything that you just said right now, even now you said it's one thing for Ibraheem Abbas to present something crazy, but for someone else, like a normie, it might not be something that it would be accepted. But so here's my question then. Can a normie develop their creative skills, or do they need to have some sort of a baseline? Is this something that not just comes with practice, but what if you don't have a base for creativity? Like, what do you do to practice other than your experience? Like, what advice can you give to us mere mortals that don't have a single semblance of creativity or a creative bone in our body? How can we not just attain it, but also keep it? Because I feel like, I don't know if it's true or if it's an excuse or what it is, but I feel like the older I get, the more I lose my creativity. And I don't know if it's just, this is what happens with age, or is it just life is different now and responsibilities are different now, so I don't have time to maybe be more creative? Or, I don't know, but it's sad and I don't like it. So give me advice.
I love the questions there. And the first time, to be frank, the first time I faced those philosophical quests that are not even questions, I'm trying to project them into my life to come back to you with an answer that I think is fulfilling. Oh, first of all, you triggered something when you were talking.
Okay. I always trigger people when I talk, it's fine.
Yes, creativity borns with us.
Okay.
And it's up to us for it to continue.
Okay, it's our responsibility then.
The most creative version of me, I think, is the younger me. So in order for me to continue being creative, I have to continue being young in attitude, in character. I have to continue being curious. Okay, I have to continue running around with question marks.
Okay.
I have to continue being joyful and playful. You remember when you were a kid playing with dolls or spaceships or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Every kid is a director and storyteller by design.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Every kid did his own plays, did his own stories.
That's so true. Every child wants to give a show, wants to do something.
I think that I am lucky that this kid in me got the chance of growing up and becoming the source of everything I do in my life. All of my life is about creative storytelling. I do creative storytelling when I design a logo.
Yeah.
The logo at the end of the day is a story. I'll tell you about Anjum later. I created a new entity.
Okay.
Maybe this needs another setup.
No, we need a lot.
I spent half an hour presenting the story of the Anjum logo to my potential partners.
Half an hour?
Half an hour. Telling them. And the logo is super simple and super minimalistic. And then I think I won that pitch because of the story of that minimalistic little logo. Okay?
Oh my God, I'm so curious.
Life is stories.
Yes.
Your campaigns are stories. The novels I'm writing are stories. The movies I'm writing are stories. This session is a cluster of many stories coming together into a bigger story. So
I love that.
If that curious kid, if that amazing storyteller stayed inside you, I think that is all you need of being a creative person. Everything else is pure practice and pure technical, and I'll tell you how and why. Creativity is about connecting the dots, making sense of things that are not related,
True.
concepts or shapes or colors or stories. It's the art of justification and building bridges, because that's the only way of creating something new.
Okay.
It's the only way to create something new is to connect all of these dots and make sense out of them.
Okay.
Now, in order to do so, you need two skills. Number one is to have the seeds, start with the database. So if you are not equipped with all the information and seeds that you need to put into your recipe in order to come up with that beautiful new dish, then you cannot make anything significant.
Okay.
So a creative
So nothing
person,
delicious will come out. Yeah.
is by design a curious person. Curiosity is key, and he's a sponge of new knowledge and new experiences and new everything. It's just a sponge.
So you just basically have to be open.
You have to just bring them in. These are the seeds that you never know when to use them. How could I come up with Khubayis and Abu Hrais? I simply brought in a lot of insights and information and knowledge and experiences and memories together and composed them into this new Lego castle that made sense to this brief. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to do it. So one thing the new generation should start doing is collecting those experiences and knowledge as gems.
Okay.
What's happening now is that it became much easier for people to waste their lives, into redundancies that don't build into their into that kind of assets.
What do you mean?
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I played a game and I stopped it in the beginning of 2025 because I figured out that it sucks potential stream of expertise, because the amount of time I spent in that game is one of those addictive games, and I am very competitive and I have to finish it and etc.
Yes, my mom has one of those games.
Everybody should
like
have
4
one of
hours.
those games of those things that
I don't know, it's like jewels or candy or something.
Takes your it's the same game more or less, but it could be the game on your mobile phone, or it could be the series that are 500 episodes long. And at some point you will finish the amount of valuable knowledge stream out of that material and becomes redundant, and then you are locked and you're wasting your life into that. Versus if you go and have this conversation, or sit with your grandfather, or you just go walk the street, or you travel, or these are all fresh streams of knowledge and experiences. By knowledge, I don't mean just going and reading books and memorizing things or reading articles. No.
Like first-hand experience.
You have to keep on sucking them in and change your attitude towards life.
Explain.
I collect experiences as gems.
Okay.
How many photos do you have in your mobile phone? Tell me how many photos you have in your mobile phone.
Like maybe like 10,000.
Okay. Do you consider that as a big number?
I think that's relative. Like for me, it's big, but maybe if I was like, I don't know, a Kardashian, that's nothing.
Yes.
I don't know why I just brought the Kardashians into this, but you know what I mean.
The number of photos in your phone and the kind of photos of your phone tells you the creative potential that you have.
Okay.
Because it tells you how the level of curiosity and the level of cherishing moment you have built in.
Okay.
Because cherishing moment means collecting those gems.
I love
it's a signal.
That.
Okay?
I get that, but
yes.
yeah.
I think it's in the hundreds of thousands, but I don't know where.
Yeah, it depends how many years as well. Like it's big.
Exactly. That's the other thing. But I would take a close-up shot of that statue because it reminded me of something I saw a year back, and then for some reason I need to keep that. It's not an obsession. It's just, or I don't want to miss this moment.
Yes.
Today I took a photo while driving, and I was about to hit the other car because they were covering the globe, the roundabout, with a white fabric. It has nothing on it.
Yeah.
It's not something to show, but it's just a new composition to me.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
time I see it fully white. I
That's
took
so
that photo.
cool. Yeah.
And it went forever into my photo album, and I might never watch it again.
That's so
see it
true.
again. But that tells me that now I'm retro justifying it. It tells how curious and how cherishing my mind is
Yeah.
of all those details.
Yeah,
They will keep on coming.
Yes.
And then at some point, when I need to start connecting the dots,
You have it.
I have a beautiful pool of
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
that I can play with, that I can make a story out of,
I love
that
that.
can make a novel or a video or a conversation.
Yeah.
They keep on connecting. That's the first talent
Okay.
that you can work on. Be more appreciative
Mm-hmm.
of the details around you.
Use your
watch-
life experiences as
Watch them more.
ingredients.
Be more attentive
Okay.
to things that might be passive.
Okay.
And be more greedy, okay, and cautious against the things that suck your life without adding more of these. The game, for example,
Okay.
or the redundant things, okay. So this is one thing. The other side of it is the agility of connecting those points, the talent of being able to bring the things together and make sense out of them. This, as I said before, has to come with practice.
Okay.
The more situations you are in, the more pressure you have to connect things and make them work. Okay. Imagine that you are a mechanic and you are in your garage, you have all of these bits and pieces. Every time you practice trying to make a new machine or a new toy or new something out of them, your brain will know how to play around with those gems. So these two talents can be practiced, I think, and can turn anyone into a creative person. And the reward is not the creative solutions or the ideas,
It's the
or what I
process.
can sell to clients and make money out of. No,
Okay.
the quality of your life, your self-consciousness within your universe
Yeah.
will exponentially increase.
Just through the process.
Your sip of tea, let me sip another. Your sip of tea.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you for sipping the tea before spilling it.
yes, your sip of tea and your spill of tea will be way more meaningful. When I say so, I think I might sound a little bit too philosophical.
No, it's okay.
But
Be as philosophical
trust
as you
me,
want.
you saw me. This is the one reason behind my unconditional, okay, unjustifiable passion. Okay, my passion is just happening because of this. This is the way I live.
Yeah.
And this is what fuels my creativity, I think.
I love that, and I agree with a lot of what you said. Like, use every experience, use every moment. It's not just first of all, going out there, leaving the games behind,
Yeah.
the shows behind, and all these things. First of all, it's enriching your life to have these experiences. But like you said, it's also enriching your mind, because not only are you letting your mind and your creative juices flow, and you're seeing new things, observing new things, and you're collecting these gems, like you said, that you can then use to live out a whole new world in your head. Hatta.
Many of them.
Yeah,
Many of
so
them.
many.
And there is a comforting fact. Okay?
Yeah.
One might say, okay, I wasted so many years of my life. I never collected those gems. It's too late for me to collect them. No, because I cannot claim that I have ultimate knowledge of every creative case
Of course
I need to
not.
crack. But this exercise makes it much easier for me to collect new knowledge
Yes.
with dimensions that are beyond the norms.
Yeah.
So when I get a new brief about a new product,
Yeah.
I can go and learn about this product. I might read the same article and watch the same YouTube videos, but the amount of knowledge and the way I perceive that knowledge is way richer and more dynamic and maybe more fun than if I request somebody to go and read that article and make
True,
sense out of
I
that
agree
video
with
and
that.
come back to me with his finding and try to crack it for me.
Yes.
So it's a practice. It's an exercise.
But now I'm curious, what life experiences or gems did you collect that helped you come up with Haujan, if I'm pronouncing that right?
Okay.
Because the story,
Here is another element of the game that I lied about.
'Cause,
There is a huge deal of luck
Okay.
in making you the person you are. And that
Oh.
applies to everybody. But this luck can be compromised or can be made up when you are conscious about being a creative person. But it could play in your advantage. I'll tell you, in my case, when I go to WorldCon, the Worldwide Sci-Fi Convention.
Yeah.
Do you know how I introduce myself?
How?
I hope I would expect this question and brought it with me. I have I have a lantern. Do you know the lamp from Aladdin? Okay.
Oh my God, yes, I do. How do you
And I
introduce
didn't buy it
yourself?
from an antique shop.
Okay.
I got it from my grandmother.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It used to be, a piece in the house.
Yeah.
Just like any other dish or spoon or. She used to use them. We used to have few around, and they didn't have any significance to anyone in the house.
Okay.
Until Sinbad and Aladdin came. Okay, we saw it first in Sindbad, the anime. Okay, that's the first time we see that magical lamp, and then there were a Kuwaiti series about Aladdin.
Yeah.
And then many years later, Aladdin of Disney came.
Yeah.
And suddenly, this piece of antique that is,
That was always in your house. That was irrelevant.
It became wow. I will keep it. And my grandmother was like, just take it. Okay.
And now it
just watch
became a gem.
Yeah. I keep it until today. I have
Yeah.
two of them. I kept two from my grandmother.
Okay.
So I take it with me to WorldCon. And I introduce myself as the following. Tell them, you see this? It's trusted. It's authentic. I didn't buy this from an antique shop or from a gift shop.
Yeah.
I got it from my grandmother, Sayyida Aisha bint Sayyid Ibraheem Al-Idrisi. Okay?
Okay.
And she was a princess. Literally, she was a princess.
No way.
Yes.
You're royalty?
I
I have royalty on my couch.
let me elaborate
We should spill
further.
that tea.
Let me spill that now. Okay.
But okay.
Idrisi, I am named. Let me give you all of these stories so you
Tell me
know
everything.
what
Spill
is this,
all your tea.
the seeding that is even before my existence
Okay.
contributed to Haujan
Okay.
decades later. So Sayyida
Life
Aisha
is
bint Sayyid
interesting.
Ibrahim Al-Idrisi
Yeah.
Al-Darsa used to rule the southern area of Saudi Arabia, and then they gave it to King Abdul Aziz and became allies. And my grandmother and her sister were treated as princesses even with the Saudi kingdom. They used to have their own salaries. Okay.
No
from
way.
from the government. And Sayyida Aisha, she has the title.
That's
okay?
so
Yes,
interesting.
and I am named after her father
Okay.
because my original name was supposed to be Zain al-Abidin. So we have the magic lamp, and now we have Zain al-Abidin.
Okay.
After her brother.
Okay,
Her
okay.
brother who died young, Prince Zain al-Abidin. So I was supposed to take that name because my brothers and one sister took the other names before me. So this name was locked for the last. I am the last of my brothers.
Okay.
So I was supposed to be called Zain al-Abidin. I was born in the 8th month. Khadij, we call it Khadij. I don't know what they call that in English. Does
I
it
don't
have a
know.
name?
I
When
don't-
they were
I don't
born
know if
before
there
your
is.
time. Anyways, my father was in Riyadh.
Before, like you,
Yes.
premature baby, yeah.
Okay. So my father was in Riyadh. He worked in Saudi Airlines. So they called him there and told him Zain al-Abidin has arrived
Okay.
prematurely 1 month ahead.
Zain
And
al-Abidin, I can't
Zain
imagine
al-Abidin.
that.
Okay, and my nickname was Zain throughout. Okay.
No, so
Zain.
you were actually called Zen? Like you went...
I use it as my nickname because it's my other name. It's cooler than Ibrahim. Ibrahim is an old man's name in a little kid. Why do you call him Ibrahim?
Okay.
But I loved my name after I heard the story. So he
Okay.
was in Riyadh, and they called him and told him, you have to come back, Zain Abidin Sharraf. And then in the airport, he's telling me the story. And my father is a super serious person. My mother is a fun person, a
Okay.
caricature person. But my father is serious. He was telling me, I was in the airport, and this madman was running towards me, yelling at me, saying, Abu Ibrahim, Abu Ibrahim. I was like, until he approached me. And he was like, who's Abu Ibrahim? I am Abu Muhammad, Abu Ali, Abu Ahmad, Abu Umar,
Yeah.
Abu Hassan, Abu Zain. Yeah? He says, no, you are Abu Ibrahim.
No way.
And he walked away. So my father came back, and my name was supposed to be Zain.
Yeah.
And they had to register my name. And he was like, okay, we'll not call him Zain, we'll call him Ibrahim. And my grandmother, Sayyida Aisha, the
Yeah.
princess, went mad.
Okay.
Why? It's my brother's name and مش عارف إيش. And he told her the story.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, it's not your brother's name, but it's your father's name. And then she bought into it. Okay.
But that's so interesting.
That is the story of my name.
That's
And now I am
so-
1 day old. Imagine how many stories would come afterwards and make
I
the
love
person,
how you view life and how you view the experiences, even before you even had experiences.
This.
You're connecting the dots.
This story could go forgotten. But my father told me about this years back, and but I love it. I
Yeah.
took it as a gem. It's part of my
It is,
personality.
it
It's part
is.
of the person I am. But guess what?
What?
In WorldCon, I don't tell that story.
What do you tell?
Another thing. You know 1001 Nights?
Yes.
Okay. The source of all fantasies.
Yes, of course.
You know the character Jasmine,
Yes.
okay, and the character the Sultan of Baghdad.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that that's after a real character in the Islamic history?
Actually,
it's
no.
Harun al-Rashid.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure that you know
Yes, yes,
Harun
yes, yes,
al-Rashid.
yes, yes.
The Sultan of Baghdad in 1001 Nights, Alf Layla wa Layla,
Yes.
is after Harun al-Rashid.
Yeah.
And it's known. That's my 44th grandfather.
Are you just saying that?
No. أنا إبراهيم عباس. إبراهيم عباس العباسي العباس بن عبد المطلب. هارون الرشيد عباسي. He is my straight 44th grandfather.
My couch is so blessed right now. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna auction it.
Let's spill some more.
No, don't
some
spill
more tea.
anything. I want to auction this cushion. How many are you guys gonna?
That is. By the way,
No,
there are lots
wait,
of
guys.
us,
How many? I mean, how much are you guys willing to pay?
there are lots of Abbasids around. We are such a huge family, and we're all of. But we don't.
But none of them are you.
But yeah, see how many Abbasid?
Yeah.
None of them took that fact and brought it up in a WorldCon, in a worldwide sci-fi
Yeah,
convention.
'cause no
among
one thinks that way.
Imagine
That's what I
me
was
holding
telling you.
this lamp from my grandmother and telling people that I am a direct descendant of one of the main characters of 1001 Nights. It goes crazy.
Yeah.
And I have عندي شجرة العائلة. But it doesn't add any value to us. If I take it normally, it's just
No, but
Abbasi,
you
it's
gave
someone
it value. You took that gem and you made it a different kind of gem.
Exactly. Now, when I tell them that I write about jinn and about fantasies in
makes
Arabia,
sense.
it makes a lot hell of sense. In one of those meetings, I had an Indian who wrote about the jinn and this lamb, and she was she started talking before I talked. Then when I started talking, she was like, "Oh my God, you are not a storyteller. You are the story.
You are the story.
You are a piece
Oh my God,
of
I love that.
So luck, back to luck.
Oh yes, back to luck. Thank you for tying it back. I was
yeah.
so invested in everything.
It is luck puts the engine and pieces together, and then it's up to you to take it forward and make things out of it, or just. I studied computer engineering. I could have been very much a computer engineer
What?
today.
What?
Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah,
That does not suit your personality at all.
I graduated with honors
It's
from
like
King
me telling you I'm a
Abdulaziz,
neurosurgeon.
University in computer engineering degree.
What?
And I was this close from going to Bi'tha, finishing my studies, and coming back as an engineer. The options was, that was one option. The other option was to work on IT in Saudi Arabian Airlines.
No.
And the third one was to go to Procter & Gamble. Okay, and work in marketing that has nothing to do with engineering.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with computers. It was a suicidal step because I was the top student in computer engineering, and I'm leaving all of that and going to Procter & Gamble to work in marketing. And I was interviewed as an IT.
Oh my
and then
God,
I was like,
there's so many
do
questions
marketing?
right now in my brain.
Yes. Can I do
We're gonna go
marketing?
so off topic.
And Yusuf Hamiduddin, he's HR back then, the friend till today. I was like, what?
Shout out.
Are you serious? You're like straight A's in computer engineering, and we want you as an IT. I said, okay, I would like to try. I love advertising. I love the ads.
Okay.
And I did the interview in marketing. I worked as a marketer, and that's how my creative
where I
career
met
path
you.
started. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then from marketing to advertising, from advertising to storytelling, to movie making, and to novel writing.
Yeah.
But see the luck, how it played with me.
Luck. Okay, yeah, sure, definitely had a part to play, but Ibrahim, it's literally you.
It's madness. some stupid decisions.
If we were in Alice in Wonderland, you would be the Mad Hatter for sure.
Yes, I'm sure if I was a little bit more rational, okay, I wouldn't have been here in this couch talking about this. I would have been an engineer.
Oh
with
my
a degree,
God, I
with a
cannot
PhD
see that for you. Thank God that wasn't
Yes,
the case, because otherwise we wouldn't
thanks
get
God.
the magic that is you and all your work.
That is me being just a pure lucky person.
Stop. I don't agree with that. Like, I do agree that luck definitely has a lot to play. Really, like, two people can be equally as talented, whereas one is luckier than the other, and their life will turn out completely different. But you also have to give credit to, mashallah, everything that you are and everything that you have done, because it is you and your work.
But I was a bit too lucky. Too lucky for this.
And forever we will thank God for that.
The way I grew up, being the last between 6 other brothers and 1 sister, all of them are creative personas in their own ways. Okay. The painter and the musician and the storyteller and my mother herself was
what a talented
fun
family.
character. She's. I'll tell you one insight.
Okay.
I was born in the 70s,
Okay.
mid-70s, 1975.
Okay.
I think my generation is the luckiest, or the generation has the most chances
every generation
of
thinks that they're
being
the best generation.
artistic. No, I'm not saying, I didn't say best. I said the luckiest, with more odds of being creative, because the 70s were the era where talent boomed. If you think of it, the best albums, the best movies, the best designs, then it became commercialized. I'll give you a piece of philosophy.
Yeah, because I was going to say, according to who? Not that I disagree, but I have to play devil's advocate, you know.
Let's go to the time machine or time couch or time cup of tea, whatever you want to call it, and go 200 years back.
Okay.
Life would be identical to what it was 1,000 years earlier, right?
Yes.
There were no much, advancements in life. Maybe the gunpowder, maybe the only thing that was different than but the lifestyle was the same.
Yeah.
Even until 120 years back, it was camels, and there were no cars, and then the world wars came. Yeah. And that accelerated human advancement. Yeah. Okay. So there are lots of inventions.
Unfortunately, in anyways.
Yeah, well,
unfortunate circumstances.
Crises do help in pushing,
breeds like
people.
Certain.
In the 50s, the industrial era, the human race started having more of the indulgence of spending time on pure creativity. Yeah. Before, it was only for the niche. Before, if you are not going to play music for the sultan or for the emperor or for the king, you don't have business being a musician. Maybe you go to some pub. But the demand on creativity was so limited because people were so busy bringing bread and food to the table. True. Okay, commodities. Yes. Bringing commodities wasn't easy. After the industrial era, I think commodities were available in abundance, which gave humanity the chance of practicing more creativity. Interesting. I'm just putting it into a philosophy.
You're connecting the dots.
Yeah, I'm doing it this week. 50s come. Yeah. They started finding their ways. Yeah. The lifestyle boom happened actually in the 40s, 50s, peaked in the 60s and 70s. Okay. Where all the crazy inventions came across, where it became being an artist or content creator became a lifestyle and statement. We got the boom of everybody became a painter, everybody became a musician, everybody became a filmmaker if they have a camera. We in the 80s. Yes. I remember as a kid we had an 8mm camera at home. That's or so a VHS cool. recording camera. That's and we used to make series at our home as a kid.
That's so cute.
The first time I practiced acting, and my brothers practiced directing and editing was in the early 80s. I was 6-7 years old. I can't imagine
you acting.
Yeah, I
like
it was horrible.
Kid. With an 8mm.
But see, this is what I mean by being lucky. Today, who would go out today and make a nice video. They just record moments.
Yeah, it's just literally in the palm of your hand.
It's taken for granted, but
it's taken for granted, but at the same time, it gives you such an incredible, like it's a double-edged sword, right? It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing you can literally record and save these moments and save these gems also for later use. But at the same time, it's a bad moment because sometimes it's not that it becomes redundant. It's just, well, yeah, to a certain extent, yes, because you forget to live in the moment. A lot of people just want to do it. It's like, oh, I want to capture this so I can show someone, not because I want to live through it.
Well, that's another advice.
Oh my God, we're literally.
I was super lucky, person in every way possible. But is it about you or the other? I think we discussed this before this. You are doing this for yourself.
Yes.
Your number one audience and most important audience is Tulin, I believe. Okay, no matter.
No, it's not that I'm doing this for myself. It's just like I feel like I need to do this. I need to do this podcast because I want to do something in my life that like not just brings me joy, but I want to I want to help someone somewhere, even if one person tunes into this episode and learns something new and gets inspired in life. And if it's just one person's life that I affected for the better, then I'm happy.
Yes.
Not to sound like I'm...
you're trying to be humble. If that one person was Tulin herself, it would still pass.
Because I was telling Ibraheem, it's like I'm just a curious mind, and I just want to learn throughout life. But I'm not someone who liked school or loved going to. I was a horrible student, but I loved to learn and I like to talk to people. So I was like, why not make this my life?
Makes perfect sense.
I should rename this podcast to Tulin Learning New Things.
This is spelling the T.
Spelling my T. Let's go back to spelling your T.
I'll spell the I, Ibrahim.
So let's circle back to, because you were talking about how your gems fueled like your work. So I'm curious what gems fueled. Correct me if my saying Haujan, because it's a very part Haujan.
You heard about all my fantastical stories and origins. To us, Jinn.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, can you just give a little bit of backstory for anyone who doesn't know what it's about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Haujan is my interpretation of the Jinn universe. Jinn to us Muslims are not fantastical beings. They are facts. They are cognitive beings that share Earth with us.
Yes, they're on another plane of existence. Kind of like Stranger Things. That's how I think of it. Like there's
this is how we think
the
of it
upside down.
Because you have this rational mind, but because there were no tangible interpretation of how they coexist with us. So it is my attempt to make scientific sense out of the Jinn universe that was mentioned in Quran and Hadith so many times. Okay?
Yes.
That was the core big idea, of Haujan. So it's a story about a jinn that has the ability of crossing to the human dimension and then interacting with it. And while doing so, he meets this human girl, Sausan, who is quarter of his age. She is 25, but he's already 100 years old. And there goes all the interactions between the two persons, Haujan and the human Sausan, and the two universes through this relationship. So this is Haujan. Now back to your question. One of the things that seeded this is that not only because I am Muslim and I read it in Quran, no, to us, Jinn is not fairy tales.
No,
it's daily news.
Yes.
Okay? How many jinn did you see today? What happened to the jinn living in your backstage yesterday?
No, it's like I heard something last night, but it was just probably a jinn.
Yeah,
like he was friendly because he didn't do anything. Like this is common talk.
I will tell you a story. I don't know if I said it before in an interview or not.
You heard it here first.
My mother, yes, let's give it some jinn mood.
A jinn twist.
A story. Imagine me, the 10 years old me, hearing this story from my mother.
Yeah.
You know the princess thing. There were lots of political conflicts in the air in the time, but when my grandmother had only my mother as a child with their sister, they were escaping. There were Italians and there wars, so they were hiding. And one night, my mother was hungry in the handul. You know, handul is a swing. I don't know how to explain that in English, but it's in the beds. We have this piece of cloth, and we make a swing of it. You know, it's between them. So we put the kids there. It's beautiful. If you haven't tried it, it's it's the hammock for the kids, okay?
Okay, interesting.
in the bed. So
I'm gonna
they,
search that.
They kick us,
Yeah.
so we swing. Okay,
Oh,
with their
that's
leg.
actually so much fun.
Yeah. And when they don't kick us, I use my own foot and just push myself. So now I'm bringing back some memories. So anyways, my mother was in the handul.
Your story is so Ibrahim. I need to ask you about your whole life now.
No, but there are lots of people who lived in Saudi Arabia, especially in the southern area of Saudi Arabia, that know handul very well.
Okay. No, just in general, like everything that you're telling me now.
This is story, some story.
Yes.
So my mother was hungry. She was an infant, and then she stopped crying. My grandmother woke up, and she saw this lady breastfeeding her.
Okay.
Okay. And then my mother was full. At that time, my grandmother was sick. She couldn't even breastfeed my mother. And every night, she was seeing this lady coming, breastfeeding my mother. And my
Okay.
mother stops crying. And then she got worried. Who is this lady? We don't even have neighbors. We are, outcasts, and we were escaping.
I'm getting goosebumps.
She went to her sister, asked her, "Did you breastfeed my mother?" She said, "How come I don't have milk?" And then the following night, this lady came and woke up my grandmother and told her, "Don't worry, I'm a Muslim like you.
Ibrahim, stop. I'm getting
underneath.
goosebumps.
We are your brothers from the jinn. We are your jinn brothers. I'm your jinn sister."
This is not a true story. No way.
I don't. This was told to me by my mother, and I know she didn't make it up. Now, is it hallucination?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know the interpretation. Is it scientific? Is it a jinn? Is it one of her neighbors and she wanted to make fun with her? Is it a prank? I don't know. But I
a
grew
gem.
up with that piece of fact.
Yeah.
Okay, I could potentially have أخوال من الرضاعة جن. Okay.
Oh my God! It would make so much sense for someone like you.
See, you are now connecting the dots. So the culture of jinn was well embedded into our daily lives.
Yes.
Okay. So it only made sense that I speak about them. Now with the creative mind and scientific mind and connecting dots mind, I had to create this universe to make sense out of everything. Out of everything that was said in Quran and Hadith. Out of my stories. Out of the scientific outcomes. And here comes the Hawjan universe with all the rules. Why Hawjan succeeded? Not because it's a nice story or because it's a romantic story. That has been done zillions of times before. Because it gave an interpretation to the jinn universe in a way that makes sense to everybody.
Interesting.
This is the question I keep on getting on Hawjan. Is it a real story? I can't believe this. You don't know Hawjan in person. I don't believe that Hawjan doesn't exist. It just made so much sense.
No way.
Yeah.
That is actually the most top question you get.
I get so many of them, but this is one of the top questions.
That's so interesting that people are curious about that.
Yeah, they cannot believe that's just a made-up story.
Do you like to incorporate a lot of religious elements in most of your works or your writing? Because even like Bilal, technically, not technically, it
is a religious.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, could you also tell Bilal a little bit about Bilal?
Bilal is my first passion, combining two things that I love the most. One is 3D design and animation. I did 3D animations back in the early 90s, before Pixar. Okay, that's another story. I can't tell how we hacked the 3D
Yeah,
studio.
I was just gonna. I didn't know about this. By the way, when I try to Google you, you can't find much information.
Yeah. I tell these stories to friends. So here we are.
Yeah.
So I love 3D. I have huge passion about 3D, and I love Sahaba, and I love stories. The three came together in a form of making a feature film.
I cried so much when I watched it, by the way.
About Bilal. You know about the conflict. I don't want to speak about the conflict.
Okay.
Things went sideways, but Bilal is my original concept and my original idea. And the screenplay for Bilal was written by me. Okay?
Amazing.
And I'm getting myself the credits back. There are lots of cases. I won them, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
But anyways, the storytelling part, okay, is plus the religious part, plus the 3D part, made an interesting combo.
Okay.
So religious part, answering your question, could be on and off because it's part of us, of who we are. but I hate to label it religious. So the objective of Bilal for me wasn't about bringing out a religious story.
Okay.
Okay, it's about a great story that worth being told. That happened to be about a figure from the Islamic history.
Okay.
You know, jinn is an interesting potential that I believe in that happened to have roots in the Islamic literature. Okay, but then afterwards you don't see something that, for example, hunak.
Yeah.
Do you know what's the concept of hunak?
No.
I wanted to bring the concept of heaven
Okay.
to scientific grounds.
You really want to always bridge them, don't you?
That is the quest that I enjoy doing. Okay?
Interesting.
But I don't do them always. Okay? I don't
Okay.
have to. It doesn't have to be about something in the religion. But I repeated myself in Hunak in the sense of bringing a concept that is so vivid in the religious resources
Yeah.
or sources in a way that is tangible and scientific.
But-
I didn't even say that it's about heaven. Huh?
Uh-huh.
I didn't even say that Hunak is about heaven. But it's my attempt to say, I was asking to myself, if I know that nobody can imagine heaven, okay, or comprehend heaven, but how close can we get to that?
Okay.
So if I want to invent this universe that is the closest to heaven in my mind, it would be Hunak. It would be my second novel.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with Hawjam, by the way.
But is there a reason why you try to always make it somewhat rational? Is it because you're trying to perpetuate a message that the masses can understand? You want them.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell
Okay.
you why. Yes. I never wrote any line or any word or any story for audience
Okay.
or with audience in mind. That
Okay.
is a confession. But
You just try to please yourself.
yes.
Okay.
And one of the biggest pleasures I have is when you know when I talked about connecting dots.
Yes.
When it's super extreme.
It's like a
When the
supernova.
contrast is extreme
Oh,
between the
okay.
two things that they can never come together, and I manage to bring them together and make sense out of them.
Okay.
That's my ultimate pleasure.
Okay.
So Jannah and all the fantasies of Jannah, but I yet can make it comprehensible and make scientific sense.
Okay.
Jinn and all the fantasies of Jinn, but no, they can exist and they can trick people into believing that Jinn can be perceived in this scientific way. This gives me the ultimate pleasure. Yes, I made this challenge. And all of my works are examples of connecting two extreme dots in a way that makes sense.
That's amazing. Like, I feel so inspired. Like, right now, like, this is something you guys need to understand about Ibrahim. You literally talk to him, you walk away feeling so inspired, and then you, like, right now, I just want to go and write a bunch of things and just produce, like, 1 billion novels, and I know I'm going to sit at my laptop and then shut it and then walk away
Yeah,
and then not open it again.
But guess what? You'll never regret it because the fun and joy of having that fire inside of you is just enough.
That's true.
Yeah. And the world didn't see or witness 99% of what is boiling in here.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for that.
Yeah.
I am the only one who enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's something
Okay.
me and Ibrahim were actually talking about before, like the mics and the camera went on. He was telling me about how he just truly loves writing for the sake of writing. He has
Yes.
so much work that
Cracking.
is just never going to see the light of day. It's like just stored somewhere, but he's very happy about that.
Well, I told you about the games, okay?
Uh-huh.
The only game that I don't regret wasting time on is the game of writing.
I love that.
Yeah, because
That's
I'm having
beautiful.
fun. So I said this before. Some people find their escapes in playing PlayStation or ballot or football or watching that Turkish series.
Yeah.
They kill their time
Yeah.
with those little dopamine doses.
Yeah.
In my case, I get the most of those doses when I write, when I crack cases and stories and make sense out of them. And that would happen. Do you know, you called me 1 hour ago
Yeah.
asking me to come. Do you know
Yeah.
what I was doing?
What?
I was writing a scene that nobody is going to ever read except
so
me.
you know no one's going to read
Yes,
them. It's
and
not
you know
that-
what? I
Okay.
will put it on TikTok or on Instagram. I will show it to you. I was writing. I'll tell you about this. This is fun.
Okay, tell me.
I was walking with Mena last night by the beach, okay? And she's my biggest inspiration.
Okay.
I wrote a poem
Sweet. Yeah.
for Mena when I proposed,
Oh.
and this is a very good one, okay? Do you know عنتر وعبلة وقيس وليلى وجميل بثينة? Those are the ancient
No. Tell
poets
me.
from the Arabian era.
Okay.
They call it الشعر الجاهلي. Back then, in the pre-Islamic era, they call it الشعر الجاهلي. I'm sure all of your audience know that.
Yeah,
I
it's
need
fine.
to educate you.
Tell it to anyone who's like me and doesn't know.
The love birds of the Arabian universe
I love
are
that.
عنتر وعبلة.
Okay.
عنتر بن شداد وعبلة.
I'm gonna borrow this from you.
They're the Romeos and Juliets.
Okay.
We have several Romeos and Juliets in the Arabian literature. And Jamil Buthaina and Qais Layla.
Yeah.
And they're all poems and warriors. Okay. They're all divas. And the Arabic literature is filled up with those poems.
Yeah.
From Antar to Abla and from Qais Layla and from Jamil to Buthaina.
Yeah.
I wrote the brief to myself.
You wrote yourself a brief?
Yes,
That's
brief.
so
I
cute.
wanted to write, and those poems were so well written, and they're like, I wanted to write a poem that dwarfs every one of them,
Okay.
and I did it.
You did it?
Yes.
Can I see it?
I can say it to you. I know you will not understand
It's
most
okay.
of it.
It's okay. This is how
But-
I learn. See,
yeah,
Tulin's
yeah.
learning new things. We're changing the
I
name
will
of
say
the
it in
podcast,
your
guys.
podcast. I've never said that before, but I'll finish the story first. So I was
Okay,
next to
tell
her.
me.
It's like, oh, you know what? You know, المتمغنطون novel. Okay, the المتمغنطون novel. It ended with الجاحظ, a character, an ugly character who was ended up with the Miss Universe. Okay.
Okay.
And they have this intimate moment when they eat al-bake and they fight, and he has this interpretation of love, and it's inspired of our own life. Love
Okay.
is not about giving flowers or gifts or it's about those little
But it's still nice,
insights,
guys, so do it.
and moments. And so it's about those little fights and those silly things. And so he was sharing that. I was like, you know what? I wanted to put the poem I wrote for you in that moment. I wanted Carol to tell Al-Jahid, why don't you write me some poem? And he goes to her and say, okay, I will write you the best poem ever written. And he says that poem. But you know what? I didn't want anybody to read that poem because it's for you. But it's a good idea. I want people to know that I wrote it for you. And we were just having this conversation while walking.
Yeah.
By then she was like, you know what? It's an amazing idea. Oh, really? Okay. So I went, when you called me, I was writing that scene.
You're joking.
And I wanted to write it because I told Mena about it last night.
I interrupted your thought process?
No, my thought process is never interrupted. Don't worry. You're good. And I wrote that scene. And now when you brought it, when we brought this story up, I will actually read it for people. Okay.
I'm glad.
It's about Valentine. Okay.
Yeah.
The
And now
subject was
Valentine's Day is coming up, but I don't know when we're going to release
So
this
maybe I
episode,
will
but
write
yeah.
it tonight.
Yeah.
I will record it tonight. I will put it up tomorrow on TikTok just to share it with the people. Now I'll tell you the poem, okay?
Yeah.
I'll have to explain bits and pieces.
No,
of it.
you're going to have to explain the whole thing to me.
Okay.
I'm so excited now. Oh my God, I feel like a kid.
There is a template of poems in the golden era of Arabian poems was al-Asr al-Jahili. Those were the kings of Arabian poems. And there is a template for that. They start with something called al-Wuquf ala al-Atlal. Wuquf Atlal, when it's just standing by the ruins. This is what it literally means. So when you go by the village where your beloved one used to live, and you start talking to those walls and those ruins, remembering the days when your beloved one used to live here. This is al-Wuquf Atlal. They all start with this. Okay?
Okay.
أمر على الديار ديار ليلى أقبل ذا الجدار ذا الجدار. I pass by the ruins of Layla village, kissing this wall and that wall. Okay. I used their own templates to dwarf them.
Yeah.
Okay. So it goes سبحان من فطر القلوب هو الأعز هو الأجل حمدا وشكرانا له ما بان نجم أو أفل. This is back to your question about Islam. So the Quran is well embedded into our literature and Arabic language. سبحان من فطر القلوب هو الأعز والأجل. Oh, I'm praising God who mysteriously created the hearts. فطر القلوب. And the word فطر has two meanings. It means created and it means splitted. I'm playing with words. So it's created them and he split them. فطر القلوب هو الأعز هو الأجل. حمدا وشكرانا له ما بان نجم أو أفل. Oh, I would just thank him whenever a star appears and whenever a star disappears.
Oh
okay?
my God.
حمدا وشكرانا له ما بان نجم. أولا يمل العشق من مليون ألف متيم كل ينوح جوار جدر أو ركام من طلل. And I will say it all again. I will say it and then you crop as you go. But I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, just
And it's a bit educational.
you know, I'm telling you, I'm learning so many new things.
Isn't love bored and fed up with all those with those billion lovers, مليون ألف متيمن, billion lovers, with the billions of lovers, each one of them is going by some ruins, crying by some walls. كل ينوح جوار جدر أو ركام من طلب ما لي وللأطلال أبكي من فراقك عندها وعروق قلبي دار قلبك ما تنقل أو رحل. Why would I bother about those ruins, crying by them, while my veins and my heart rooms are your living places? Wherever you go, you live inside me. You don't need to go.
My God.
There are no ruins. مالي والأطلال أبكي من فراقك عندها وعروق قلبي دار
أنا اللي
قلبك
حبكي هلا.
ما تنقل أو رحل. قصص الغرام تضاءلت وتناثرت من حبنا وتحولت من حولنا لضروب وهم أو هزل. All those love stories just vanished around us. They're jokes compared to our love. I am translating. It's the first time I translate this.
I know. Look, you're learning new things now too.
So sorry for that. I should translate. قصة لو أنصتت ليلى لبعض قصائدي في حسنك حسبت قوافي قيسها شتما وهجوا لا غزل. You know what's غزل?
No, now you have to, غزل, yeah, but now you have to explain everything. That
And you know هجو? هجو is the opposite of غزل. شعر
No, I
غزل
didn't know هجو.
is a poem of flirting with ladies.
Okay.
And شعر هجو when you curse people.
Okay.
You know. So he goes by saying, if Layla listened to some of my words about you, she would think that Qais, her hero, was cursing her all the time. He never did. That's the first one.
Okay. Oh my God, this is so nice. It's so good.
لو ألهبت أنفاسنا في ضمتي لك عبلة حارت إذا في عنتر هل كان طفلا أم رجل. Do you know Antar? He was the the knight, the ultimate knight. He was black, he was big, he was killing 5 in one hit, etc.
Okay.
So saying, if the heat of our breath when hugging you touched Abla, she would wonder and question Antar if he was a grown man or just a kid.
What do you mean? Explain it. My brain is not that developed.
If the heat, when I hug you, and the heat of our breath when I hug you, I'm talking about Mena, just touched Abla.
Yeah.
If Abla experienced that heat, she would question if Antara, her guy, was even a man.
I don't even have the words. I don't even know what to say to that.
لو ألهبت أنفاسنا في ضمتي لك عبلة حارت إذا في عنتر هل كان طفلا أم رجل لو أبصرت نظراتنا المتلهفات بثينة ما فرقت لو خيرت إما جميل أو جمل. If Buthayna, that's the third lady, saw how we look at each others, she wouldn't even care if she had the choice between Jamil or Jamal, between Jamil
God,
and the camel he's riding. كل العواشق قبلنا ذاقوا الوبال بحبهم فأجن منهم نصفهم والنصف منهم قد قتل. All the lovers before us suffered their love.
Yeah.
Because in the Arabian literature, half of them, they either die loving, okay, or they get crazy and Jamil, Majnoon, Layla, etc. So their love killed half of them and made half of them go insane. Okay, except of us, huh? أرواحنا ممزوجة في حبنا منذ الأزل العقل يجرؤ ويحتويه ولا الزمان الأجل. However, our souls are melted together since eternity. They can never split. No time, no destiny can bring them apart. Unlike all the other lovers that either die or go crazy. So this is the poem I wrote.
Ibraheem,
I will put it in المتمغنطون in the novel and I will read for people. Promise you tomorrow I'll do that.
Look, I'm singing, I can't even talk. I'm literally speechless. I'm at a loss for words because for so many things. First of all the underlying messages and the double themes, so clever. And not just that, but first of all, your memory also. Like, I know you wrote it, but still, like, my memory would fail me so epically.
I brought it back to my memory when I was walking yesterday, but no, I never forget.
No, but like, it's just, and the messaging behind it and all the different like elements and the characters. Like I'm very sad about the fact that my Arabic skills are very bad.
Well, trust me, it's a language that is
Because especially literature,
many layers deeper than any other language.
Yeah, it's something that I'm very disappointed in, and hopefully we'll get better at.
And that is another lucky element. I
Yeah.
grew up in tahfidh and markaz sayfi, religious bringing up. I was imam masjid for some time in Ramadan only.
Ibraheem, what is your life? We need like 7 episodes just to dissect like maybe the first half of your life.
Those stories. So that is lucky, because all that generation that was lucky enough to dive into Quran this much got the blessing of having his Arabic, grounded in such a way,
No, because even now when you were talking and you were reciting the poem, I'm like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could create sha'r like that,
No, it is.
And because the language itself has so many meanings in one word.
Yeah, Arabic
which
is.
I think
Arabic is such a. I would advise, and that's why I explained this, because I really want. If there is something that I would love to pass here, is the passion for Arabic, how joyful this language is, how playful, how deep is. I wrote المتمغنطون, and there is a story for this.
Oh my God.
But I will wrap up the first story by saying I didn't even write that poem for audience.
okay,
Maybe your audience is the first audience to ever hear it.
maybe
And
unless
I
you
just
say
said
it
it to my
first.
wife, maybe 2 of my brothers and 3 of my friends. That's it. But now I will write. But this is a testament for the passion-driven creativity.
Yeah.
You fulfilled your own ego, and you made your beloved one happy. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need, even if it was the greatest ever written poem, you don't need.
Everything else is just outside noise.
Yes. Well, that's an added bonus.
Yeah.
Having audience. The story of المتمغنطون, speaking of Arabic, I wrote حوجا, and when writing حوجا, I started with classical Arabic Fusha, throughout the novel. But then I was thinking to myself, and by the way, I started writing حوجا as a story, as a movie versus not as a novel.
Okay.
Because at the time I just finished Bilal. The problem of Bilal happened up, and then my wife said, why don't you do something for yourself? So I started writing حوجا. So I was dreaming of making it a movie, and then I was like, no way, let's do it as a novel.
Okay.
And then I decided to make the narrator will remain as classic Arabic Fusha, but the conversations will go as said. So I will not dub and enforce anything on any character. The characters will speak themselves. So Hausa will go like وحشتني حوجا. She will not say لقد اشتقت إليك كثيرا أيها الجن.
Yeah.
When I did that, it shocked so many readers, because until that point, majority of readers, if not all of them, have never read slang Jiddawi accent in a printed book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not, no. They read slang Egyptian, Najib Mahfoud always does it, okay? They read slang Riyadh accent, okay? Dr. Ghazi al-Qusaybi, they read so many slangs, but to them it was new to read Jiddawi, and they didn't take that lightly. They thought that this is too casual to be worthy of
I didn't know
being.
that was a thing.
Well, some people, at some point, you need to seem prestigious,
Okay.
and to criticize things. So that was a nice criticizing bait for the shallow, prestigious wannabes. Okay, they don't read much. They don't know that using slang is common across with so many great writers, and they just criticize Haujan speaking in slang Jiddawi as a signal of it being cheap. Or not well written. Even though the narrator was written with classical Arabic, it was well written. Anyways, I didn't take that lightly. Okay, I wanted to give them a lesson. Those, I call them bourgeoisie, So I said, okay, I will never ever dub my dialogues.
Okay.
I have things written in Chinese and in Vikings language. I try to translate them, do research to translate that. I put it as is. I don't even explain what it means.
Why?
And that's it. If you don't get it out of the context, I don't want you to understand it.
Interesting.
I don't. people will just, I will write down
Just
what they
take
said.
it as it is.
And then I had conversation between Al-Jahid, who is a classic Arabic guy, and Carol, who is half Lebanese, half American, half Colombian.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even have a conversation between each other. And they wrote whatever everyone said in his own language and his own accent. So I wrote المتمغنط. I said, okay, this is my new brief. I give myself a brief. I want the novel that is written with the best ever written Arabic language. Okay?
Okay, so what
That's
is the
that's-
best ever written?
There are two persons
Okay.
that established علم البلاغة باللغة العربية. It's called بلاغة. بلاغة is the science of writing noble Arabic,
Okay.
meaningful Arabic.
Okay.
The Arabic that is so rich and heavy.
Okay.
And there was Al-Jahid, character called Al-Jahid, maybe you heard of him, and Ibn al-Muqaffa, another character. They came at the golden era where Arabic language was established as science. And علم البلاغة, they call it علم البلاغة وعلم الطباق وعلم الجناس. These are sciences about the linguistic tools.
Yeah.
And the best Arabic that was ever written was in that era. And the best Arabic, I think, that was ever written is Al-Jahid writing. So for me, Al-Jahid was a winner for so many reasons.
Okay.
Number one, he is Arab. Ibn al-Muqaffa was more of a Persian, so he learned Arabic, but it wasn't his mother tongue. Al-Jahid is such a caricature, a fun character. He's fun. He's ultra short, ultra slim. And Al-Jahid means pop eye, in literally pop eye.
Really?
Yes, pop eye. Jahid, جاحظ عينيه, is when
Like
your eyes pop
eyes
out.
popped out.
Yes,
Okay.
so his eyes were so big and popping out of his big skull, and he's so ugly.
Okay.
So he's known to be the ugliest ever.
Oh,
But
haram.
as a compensation for that,
Yeah.
he became the smartest person
Okay.
of the era, the
Okay.
most intellectual person. He wrote hundreds of books.
Okay.
And he's a fun character, so I picked him.
Because he had to develop a personality
Exactly,
because he wasn't
to make it
beautiful.
up for everything else is
Oh,
missing. So I
that's so
decided
sad.
that my main character has to be Al-Jahid.
Okay.
Al-Jahid, when he writes pieces of magic in his writing.
Okay.
Like he goes in 2 lines. He has a book called Al-Hayawan. By the way, he talked about the evolution theory hundreds of years before Charles Darwin. Okay?
No way.
Yes, he noticed the continuity and patterns between the species.
No way.
And he's a scientist as well. You need to dig that out. It's
I
interesting.
do.
Yeah.
I need to
So
dig a lot
in
of things
his-
out after this
In
conversation.
his Al-Hayawan encyclopedia, the animals encyclopedia, he would go and talk about that rahib, okay, that monk worshipping in the mosque, and he's trying to hold himself still, and that fly coming and stepping on his eyes and licking his eye, and he doesn't want to change his pose because he's doing his rituals. And he spent half a page talking about that.
Just that.
Just that, in the most fun way possible, okay? With all the insights.
That's so-
And then he would go for tens of pages just doing the normal thing. حدثنا,
Yeah.
that's the stuff, okay? Stuffing things.
The stuff. The fluff.
The fluff. I wanted to write a novel with that kind of writing only.
That was
Yes.
your inspiration.
And I wanted to do it even better than Jahid.
Okay.
And I wrote المتمغنطون.
Look at you.
And I wrote المتمغنطون. And the fulfillment I have.
I love that, by the way. Every time you talk about this, the fulfillment you have, it's literally...
exactly. There's a pattern.
It's like, yes, money and all this is a nice byproduct, but I can see in your eyes now, like...
thing I've ever written,
Oh,
and
wow.
the best thing I've ever read.
Okay.
Not for myself, I've ever read. It's me. Call me arrogant, call me whatever you want. Until the moment I couldn't find. See how the poem moved
I don't
you,
even know how to
moved
respond
you?
to that.
See how the poem moved you?
Yeah.
Imagine 300 pages of that. With all the fun and insights and
that's
layers
something
upon
you
layers
wrote.
upon layers, and using the Arabic language in a way that was never used before, not even by Al-Jahid himself.
I can't imagine
it-
writing something and being like, this is the
Yeah.
best thing that I
Yes,
ever
and
read.
you know what? It didn't resonate as حوجن, and حوجن is fun. هناك is
but
fun.
but it meant something to you.
It means a lot to me. And
Yeah.
for the few that could read that and the few real sophisticated ones,
That
they
understood.
look at this as a piece of pure gold.
Like, this is
pure
art.
titanium. This is art. So that I'm telling you sorry because we're talking about the Arabic language. I translated حوجا هناك and بنيامين to like 5-6 languages.
Yeah.
Nobody could translate المتبانتون.
No way.
It's not translatable.
I don't even know how many times I can say no way in one episode, but like I'm
found
so
people
shocked.
that came to me and said, we love it. It's crazy. It's magic. It spells. We can translate the meaning. But no way we can have all of these layers
Like
of
it's,
meanings and the rhyme putting together this like engine. This is clockwork. It's not just a novel.
You have a beautiful mind.
I'm lucky to have all that seeds in Arabic language that enabled me of doing so and Quran,
That's so. I'm so jealous, honestly. Like I like knock on wood, but I'm genuinely so jealous.
And you know what? There is another thing. I cannot write it again.
Okay.
When I talked about seeding, I told you about research. Sometimes so I had to go back and read all Al-Jahad books. I read many of them before. I had to read them again.
How much time did you spend?
I drive 45 minutes to focus every day.
Okay.
I put that YouTube, make it X2 in speed, and it's an audiobook. I can read so many books.
Okay.
And I do.
But do you consider that reading audiobooks?
No,
that's a whole other discussion.
Well, I don't. That's researching.
Yes.
So I need to seed. I need to get more insights. If I have to do now, when I decided after I walked with Mena yesterday, when I decided to write that scene, I find it so much difficult to get back into the mood and write it again with the same skill. But I will do it tonight. Tonight, my 3 hours.
No, tonight you're gonna do it.
My Valentine's night is going to be about writing that.
How much time do you spend on average writing?
Not much.
Okay.
I spend much more time seeing and watching my own story.
Yeah.
Again and again. But then once it's crystallized, once I watch it, see, I told you about the story about that additional scene. Now I told Mayna about it yesterday. I'll think of it when I drive home. Now I watched it 3-4 times.
In your mind.
Yeah, it becomes it turns into memories. I don't write. I type my memories because I lived them several times before.
Ibraheem, you don't understand that. It makes so much sense to me. I don't. Okay, you guys, I'm not a writer, but I try. I've published a few like nursery rhymes. I'm working on a book which I have major writer's block on, but that's another issue. But I understand what you mean when you say you write your memories, because sometimes, like you said, you think of a scene, and it grows and it stays and it replays in your head. And sometimes while you're driving or walking or like right about before you go to sleep, like it comes up and it grows and it keeps growing and growing and growing, and then you get confused what's reality and what's not, but it just feels like it's a story you've lived.
Let
and
me
you're just
shock you.
Okay, I will shock. I'm ready to be shocked.
A piece of philosophy.
Okay.
To me, the difference. To me, reality is a spectrum.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree.
How you score in that spectrum is the relevance. Sorry, is the level of vividness of that piece of experience.
I love that.
The more vivid, the more technically it is real to you, even if it never happened.
Okay. So I'm going to be a psycho and just live in my imagination.
I'm struggling putting lines between reality and imagination in my life.
Okay.
To me, Hawjan is more of a real person than some of my cousins that I didn't meet since many years back.
No, in a strange way, what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
I interact with those moments. Now when I was telling you about Al-Jahad and Carol and the moments, and I was telling you from my memory, as if this experience was lived.
It makes sense because I've had this discussion with a few friends of mine, and they thought I was crazy. I was telling them, because I grew up creating worlds in my brain. Like I have not imaginary friends, but I created scenarios. So there are characters in my head, and I tell them, I'm like, oh, but like, it was weird, but I would tell them like, oh, I couldn't say this because it was like I was talking badly about this person that I know or whatever, but it's just a character. This sounds crazy. Whoever's listening to this is going to think I'm crazy. But like they are real people in my mind, and I would speak about like the stories that I created when I was younger as if they were real friends that I had. But they were or are real in my mind, but they are just living in my mind.
You had the experience.
The memories that I had, see that it sounds weird. It sounds strange talking about growing up. I had these worlds in my head, and I lived through adventures and experiences, and they were true characters, and I really feel connected to them. So I talk about them like they are relevant to my life, because they are. They did shape me, I guess, as crazy as I sound.
That person, okay, you're talking about in your mind, is archived in your mind as a memory. Just like that client you met 2 years back in that meeting.
Except they're more real.
He's also archived as a memory. So in your archive, there is no reason for you to consider this more real or this more real. They're all past memories that passed.
I really love that. I really love that way of thinking, because now I don't feel so crazy.
No, you shouldn't.
No, because like these characters, let's say, I don't even want to call them characters, but like these people in my head sound
we're just giving ourselves excuses.
No, like we're going to be put in a psych ward, but like genuinely, like these people in my head are so real to me, and they comfort me. Like
we are giving ourselves excuses of being crazy.
I know people right now who are tuning in are just gonna be like, what am I listening to? No, guys, please stick around. Well, I guess this is a good, we're gonna wrap it up after all this crazy talk.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, cliffhanger. Let's see how far off the edge like we're gonna go next time. Yes. So first of all, thank you so much, Ibraheem, for joining me today on my show. So thank you so much, and thank you to everyone. And I guess, well, that's a wrap.
Thank you, Sarab. Thanks for listening. Thanks for living this experience with us and spilling some tea with us.
To be continued. Crazy talk to be continued.